What's going on, guys? CardMechanic here, and today I'm going to be teaching you 3 intermediate card forces. Let's get into it. Now before we dive into the card forces, I just want to let you guys know this will probably be my last card video for the year. And for more info on that stuff, hang around till the end of the video. So now real quick, I'm going to be forcing the Ace of Spades. So if you don't see the Ace of Spades and some other cards are forced, I've lied and I've messed up somewhere. So Ace of Spades, that's what I'm forcing. Now all that being said, let's get into the forces. Now to break this down, all you're going to need is the card you want to force on top of the deck. So here I'm forcing the Ace of Spades, and all you're pretty much going to do is riffle through the side of the deck. And now whenever the spectator calls stop, let's say here for example, we're going to lift up this packet, and instead of lifting it straight up like this, we're going to have to actually grab the top card with these 3 fingers, right? The pinky, the ring, and the middle finger. We're going to grab the deck with these fingers, and we're just going to pull up like this. So you're going to see the card slip over there. So if I do it in slow motion here, let's say we say stop here, that's what it's going to look like. Now on camera it's a lot easier to see. You probably saw me slip the Ace of Spades, but when you're doing this in person it's very difficult to see. And the angle you want to show it at is this angle, right? Because here when you're lifting these cards up, the movement of taking this card in the back here is covered up. If you do it from here, they might see, this slip right here. And if you do it from here, it's mostly covered, but then they're gonna see, one card staying behind when you're lifting this packet up. And one more thing I recommend is not doing it at too fast a speed. So for example here and then just doing that. That seems very weird. You want to take your time with it, so you're doing this and you're just doing that very casually. So you don't want to do it too fast that it seems suspicious, but you don't want to be too slow either. So it's like you're doing this and then doing that. Alright, because that's going to be obvious. Now this is actually one of my favorite forces to do because it seems very fair to the spectator, right? We're just riffling to the side of the deck, and wherever they say stop, even if they say stop all the way down here, we're still pulling the card and it appears where they said stop. So it's a very powerful force. It requires some practice, but maybe a couple days you'll definitely get it down. As I riffle to the deck, just remember one card. You got it? Your card was the Ace of Spades. Now breaking this trick down is fairly simple. All you need is the card you want to control on top of the deck. And now when you're riffling through the deck like this, what you're going to do is you're going to hold just a tiny bit longer than all of the other cards. Okay, so now watch. As we're going through the deck like this, I'm going through all the cards fairly quickly. And when I come here, I hold it a little bit longer. I hope you notice that. Going here, I held that just a tiny bit longer. And one thing that I found that helps me do that is if you move the card slightly forward. Not too much, but just very slightly, just move the top card forward. Okay, this is a bit exaggerated. Okay, that's actually way too much. But just move it slightly forward. Okay, and then when you're going through the deck, you're going to hold on this card a little bit longer. And although the spectator might see other cards in the deck, the thing is they're going to mostly remember the last card that they see. So when we're going through the deck, they see the last card is the Ace of Spades, and it was also held the longest. So they're going to be compelled to say or think in their mind that the card I want to select is the Ace of Spades. And that's what I really like about this trick. The spectator doesn't have to touch any cards. It seems very fair. You're riffling through the packet. So all they're literally doing is thinking of the card they saw, and you can tell them what card it was. So I think that makes this a very powerful force. And for those of you who don't know, this was actually used in the movie Now You See Me as one of the first tricks of the movie. So again, it's a great force. The reason I don't use it too much is, for me it works maybe like 9 out of 10 times. So it's not a 100% guarantee all the time, because you might have one of those clever spectators who sees the bottom card before you even start riffling, or you may possibly go through the deck and they just I don't know, happen to see another card also holds a bit longer, like the Ace of Spades, and they don't want to remember the Ace of Spades. So I don't use it all the time, but it's a very, very nice effect, and it gets amazing reactions when it works. Now, to be quite honest, this is more on the side of a beginner level force than an intermediate level force. But two reasons I put it in this video. One, there are a few ways that this could be a bit more difficult for beginners. And two, I was running out of forces, so I used this one. But let's just stick with the first reason. So now to break this down, I like to start with the card on top of the deck, and then give the deck a cut, and then hold a break in that area. You can also start with the card, already in the break, but I feel like that feels like some kind of a setup, so I just like to give it a cut. Now, as you riffle through the side of the deck, the spectator is obviously not going to say stop exactly where you have your break. So let's just say, for example, they say stop down here. Okay? So the stop is here and the break is up here. So now you're going to have to play this off as getting the break here. And the way we do that is we lift the part where the break is, we lift that up and move it forward, covering this area. And with this area covered, you let go of this riffle, you move it forward and take it up. And then you hand the spectator this card, right? Because this card is where you kept the break, and this card is the Ace of Spades. Now, the reason I didn't put this in my beginner card forces video is because, one, you can kind of see the break here. If you look closely, you can see like the line of the break. It may not be clearly visible, but if you're doing this on someone who knows maybe a little bit of Magic, or someone who looks very closely, it's going to seem suspicious. So with enough practice, you're going to have to figure out how exactly to angle the deck and cover that up. And the second reason is because when you're riffling through the side of the deck, not many people are comfortable riffling, keeping this, as one, and also holding a break. So doing all three of those together may seem a little difficult, and that's why I didn't put this in my beginner forces video, but I wouldn't completely classify it as an intermediate level force. But again, it's great to do and it works very well with audiences. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and these are actually some of my go-to card forces. And the reason I don't do more advanced card forces is because chances are that I'm probably going to mess up like at least 2 out of 10 times, and it's just much easier to stick to the more intermediate / easy ones. But I mean, if you're more of an advanced person, do your thing. Do the advanced stuff. I'll be doing one more video this year, mostly giving people shout outs and telling you what you can expect in my upcoming videos. Now, I'm not 100% sure of how the schedule is going to be for the upcoming videos, but hopefully I'll cover all that in my next video. So to wrap up this video, I just want to wish you all a very happy holiday season, and thank you so much for all your support. So again, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys soon.